If you're listening to the replay of this live, be sure to punch that like and subscribe button and let me know and drop it below your 2 cents as we go throughout the live.
Y'all, man. 2 cents be on point. Shit, she be on point, bro.
Appreciate it.
Long,
Appreciate it.
We talking facts. Like, you the first one.
All right, all right. Here we go. How's everybody doing? Hi, welcome to the channel. I'm Jake, and this is our 2 cents, where we talk everything boxing, and everybody's entitled to their own opinion. In today's live, we will be discussing a few topics that I want to discuss today, and we will go through them. This will be a quick live today, probably just about an hour, because I've been going live throughout the week, so and it's slow time in boxing right now, so it's kind of not too much going on. Even though Friday's live was pretty good, we had a good throwback conversation about Tyson Fury and the floppy glove. And in my brain, I'm thinking, okay, we moved so far away from that. He had to go to court, or the things we've heard, and they got the video footage, the slow down footage. But there are a lot of people that don't think that Tyson Fury cheated with the floppy glove. They believe, I don't know what they believe, it's normal and it happens all the time. Even though when I asked for an example, they said Ali did it. So they had to go all the way back to Muhammad Ali to give me an example. But it is what it is. How's everybody doing today? I've been on vacation, so I might be going live throughout the week again next week coming up, because I will be available to do a few more extra lives. And I've been having a good time doing a few more extra lives. We're doing some extra lives and then being on panels, because I got more time to be on some panels and talk. Then doing my lives. Like, that's a lot of living. It's a lot of living. So got about 6 people in here. Y'all make sure y'all punch that like and subscribe button. Let a few more people roll in. But the people that are here, make yourself known and let me know and drop it below the most interesting topic in boxing to you right now. What's most interesting topic in boxing to you right now? I guess, let me see. If I could think about the most interesting topics in boxing to me, I would say like Tank Davis and the cancellation of the fight and all that right now, but that's not necessarily an interesting topic to me. But it is an interesting topic to me because of how every other people perceive the situation. I think that's what kind of makes it interesting to me, the way other people kind of perceive the situation. What's really going on with PBC? Are they going broke? That type of thing. So, what else interesting? Let me see what y'all saying. And I think the Bill Haney thing is interesting. The him and the KO thing was pretty interesting this week. I got a lot from that. I actually got some videos I need to make about that, because he said some things in those videos that I got a lot of questions about. And I think he kind of felt, usually when you talk to somebody like that and like you can't control or dominate the conversation or manipulate or maneuver the conversation like you want to, you kind of feel some type of way. And so I think for that conversation to go like that and then for it to go viral, he kind of felt some type of way. So he threw KO name in a little tweet he made, just to passively aggressively lash out, get KO to address him, get attention. So Bill know he wrong for that. That man ain't say none of that, and ain't nobody even talking about whatever they got going on. But I thought it was an interesting topic. I didn't get to hop on KO's panel, but I thought that it was an interesting topic when people were saying how Bill needs to stop talking for Devin. And I thought that it's interesting, and coming from a woman's perspective, I think that it was interesting how a lot of men viewed that when that topic came up. And I'm gonna get my 2 cents about that. But let me say what's up to whoever we got in the building. We got Zach in the building. What's going on, Zach? He say salute and happy holidays, 2 cents. We got Og Busy in the building. What up, Og Busy? We got All Things in the building. We got Supreme Cam in the building. What up, Supreme Cam? We got Marshawn West in the building. What's going on, Marshawn? We got Richard Paris in the building. I think he say what Guan? What's going on? I don't know. Bill Haney reaching out to YouTube channels. So Bill Haney put out a tweet. Basically, I'm paraphrasing. You want to blow up, holler at me or whatever, however that went. If y'all know what he said, y'all can put it, let me know and drop it below and put it in the chat. That he's looking for new YouTube channels. And I'm like, what happened to the old YouTube channels? Now, from my understanding, I see him and I think it's Dante's Boxing Nation been having a little beef. I don't really kind of get too into kind of stuff like that, but I watched one of Dante's Nation boxing videos where he was explaining like something about he said about Bill being on code, and I don't know, something about him going on platforms or something to that extent where they had a beef. And I was wondering if this is gonna be like the first domino effect in the YouTube payola, right? And I say payola with air quotes because y'all know what I'm talking about when I mean that. Is he paying these channels? I don't know, but a lot of people do believe that. So we're just going to talk from that perspective. So it made me think like, damn, is the dominoes falling with the YouTube payola thing that's going on, and now he needs to re-up on the YouTube channels, or that was just a real thing. So Supreme Cam, that was pretty interesting. We got Big Bob Gunn in the building. What's up, Big Bob? Says, you seen Bill tweet about recruiting YouTube channels? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Let's see who else we got in the building. We got Reggie AGS in the building. He said, that name will bring hacker infrequent. Yeah, they like Beetlejuice. You just got to be like, Devin. Then they just pop up. They just pop up backstage. You be like, dang, it's like magic. Say Devin name 3 times, they popping up. 2 Cent and R&B. What that mean, Big Bob? What that mean? So I thought that was pretty interesting, the whole YouTube thing that's going on. But y'all let me know and drop it below. Like, I feel like things are seeming a little desperate. And maybe desperate's not the word. Maybe it's not the word desperate. Maybe they're just trying to figure out a new marketing angle or a new way to come at things. But back to what I was saying as far as the conversation last night where people were like, oh, well, Bill need to stop talking for Devin. And I it's like I seen what both sides was saying, and it's like both sides wasn't arguing the same thing. It was like they was having an argument, but they weren't on the same page with the argument. Like, you ever have an argument with somebody and y'all talking about 2 completely different things, and then they like, oh, I was talking about this, and you like, oh, I was talking about this, and you like, oh. I feel like this the kind of argument they was having, because what's going on, Shell in the building, because when people say things like Bill need to stop talking for Devin, and then people come out and say, oh, well, he's his promoter, it's his job to talk for Devin, blah, 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 blah. Both sides are right. And I think that's where things get a little jammed up in argument, when both of y'all are right. Bill is Devin's promoter. He talks whatever, woo, woo, woo. And Bill also at the same time needs to stop talking for Devin. This situation with Young Thug and his fiance and all that, even though I made a comment about the situation because I think it's kind of ridiculous how people won't let this shit go. Like, I think it's kind of ridiculous how people acting like this ain't what these young athletes do. Like, they want this money, and a lot of them aspire to talk to these type of women, in my opinion, because they constantly talking to these type of women. So it's not like they getting tricked and fooled by these women. These are the type of women that they're choosing to talk to. But I didn't want to get into all that. But the point I'm trying to make is, for Bill to okay, my bad, I got sidetracked. What was I saying? Baby, what was I saying? You listening to me? What was I just saying? Oh yeah, okay. So for Bill to come out and speak on that situation and be like, oh, well, she keep it P, or she chose, or whatever he came out and said about the situation, that's what makes people be like, okay, well, you don't need to be, what I'm saying, you don't need to be speaking for Devin. That's what they mean when they say that. And people like, oh well, was Floyd Mayweather speaking? Was Floyd Mayweather speaking for Tank? Yes, Floyd Mayweather was speaking for Tank as far as boxing goes. But one, how old was Tank? Like, how long ago was that? Is Floyd Mayweather still speaking for Tank? No, he's not. Is Bill still speaking for Devin? Yes, he is. And a lot of times when Devin do talk, it almost seems like sometimes he contradicts what his dad says, or sometimes a lot of times I hear him saying, he didn't want to do something, but his dad wanted to do something. So that's what they went with. If y'all listen to Devin talk, especially go listen to that Andre Ward video. A lot of stuff he said he didn't want to do, but his dad wanted to do. But that's neither here nor there. My point is, both parties are right. Bill can speak for Devin as far as promoting him or whatever. Not even speaking for him. See, when you promoting somebody, you're not speaking for them. You're promoting them. And that's another issue, is the fact that when you promoting somebody, you're promoting them. You speaking them up. You're not speaking for them. So the fact that we're even arguing that because Bill's his promoter, he can speak for him, that right there is the problem. So I guess it's a problem whether you speaking for him because you promoting him, or you speaking for him because he's your son. You should never be speaking for him. He's a grown man. That's the point. That's the point. Nobody should be speaking for him because he's a grown man. That's what we saying. If his dad can come out and give his opinion, like how Ryan Garcia dad do. Ryan Garcia daddy don't ever come out and speak for him. He may come out and give his opinion on what he think Ryan should do, or what, you know what I'm saying? But you never feel like Ryan Garcia daddy is speaking for him. You never feel like that. And I think that's what the issue is, and the issue that a lot of the boundary and the line that's crossed with a lot of these boxing dads is that they feel like they can speak for their son. And I don't even think T.O. dad really speaks for him. Do y'all think T.O. dad speak for him? I know he may say some crazy stuff on his behalf, but I never felt like he was speaking for him. But I mean, it could be some instances where that was going on. But at this point, in Devin's career, and it's like a lot of people like, oh, y'all are advocating for him to leave his dad. And his dad did a great job. And his dad got him to the point to where he is now. And I mean, and to me, that kind of make me be like, did he do a good job? Did he do a good job? And the fact that he got him to the point he's at right now, is that necessarily a good thing, looking at where he's at right now in his career? You feel what I'm saying? Because it's like, you got to look back, because it's like, did the decisions I make up until this point, is that really what got me in this situation? You know what I'm saying? Is it the decisions that I made up until, because you can't say, oh, they was doing a good job until this, when the decisions they made prior to this is what probably got them in the situation that they're in. Because thinking about it, and I was thinking about it, and let me find this timestamp, because I was going to do a video about it, but shit, we can talk about it while we're right here. If you take a look at, we're going to find it, knockout video. Let me find it. Hold on, y'all. I'm going to go and click the link and drop it early, since I ain't going to be on here that long today. But y'all going to let me talk. Y'all not going to be talking over me. I'm going to get my point out. But I want to get some folks up here, get y'all 2 cents. Okay, let me find this video. And then we gon' cook. Tank Davis. Dang, what was the name of the live? I think that's it. Hold on.
Female not to take.
Well, anyway, I want to find a part in the video with Knockout. I thought I had wrote down the timestamp, but I guess I did not. So anyway, the point that I'm trying to make is everybody's saying Bill Manager of the Year, woo 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 woo, and making it seem like he only made a mistake up until the point of the Ryan Garcia fight. When if we take a look back and listening to what he's saying on Knockout thing, when Knockout was talking to him, he said that he's not doing no more deals with Top Rank and or pay-per-view deals with these promoters because they lie about the numbers and they don't get their money on the back end because they say they didn't meet the thresholds. So if you constantly been doing pay-per-views and you haven't been meeting the thresholds and getting your back end money, how is that good management? How is that good promotion? Or I just thought about this. Y'all know how Terrence Crawford just like, hey, I just as long as I get my guarantee, I'm good. I ain't worried about that other stuff. Was that their mentality and they just been pump faking and deflecting with the numbers? Because I'm trying to figure out how you've been getting messed over with the pay-per-view numbers because they've been sending you something on letterhead saying you ain't make the threshold to get the back end, but you've been out in the public saying this fight did these numbers and this fight did these numbers and this fight did these numbers. Where did you get those numbers from? Did you just make them up? Like, where did you get those numbers from? And I can't imagine, and I could be wrong, but I can't imagine any business where you can't verify the numbers that somebody got to pay you based off of. Now, boxing is a very corrupt sport. Maybe that's the one business where it happens. I don't know, but I'm just saying. So people say, well, he was doing good. He didn't mess up until the Ryan Garcia fight. But if you listen to what he said on Knockout Channel, and he says, when we do a pay-per-view, they lie to us, tell us we don't meet the threshold and we don't get no back-end money. You ain't been meeting the threshold. You ain't been getting your back-end money. This promoter's been screwing y'all over. But you a good promoter and you manager of the year? Tell me if I'm tripping, y'all. Let me know and drop it below or click this link. Let me see what y'all talking about in this chat. He basically exposed himself. That's what I'm saying, Supreme Cam. Because you've been running around saying your Loma fight did these numbers, your fight did these numbers. And it's not like after you found out you didn't meet the threshold, you stopped saying that. You kept saying that. And it's like, if you really believe that, why didn't you sue them? So now I'm asking, do you really care about the pay-per-view numbers, or are you just trying to pull that out the hat to avoid making these kind of deals and getting in these kind of deals? Because how many pay-per-views have Devin Haney had? You telling me he ain't got no back end for none of them? Did he get the back end for the Loma fight? Hold on, Boxing Hacker. I see you. Let me get through some of these comments. He said, my name used to be Bob Gunn. Every time I listen to your live, my coworkers like you listening to an R&B channel. William Old School in the building. What's up, William Old School? Says Bill speaks like he's the one getting in the ring. Say Devin is a grown married man. He says, nah, T.O. dad cool, but I group Bill in the same court category as Schofield. Hey, what up, Omega Red? Says T.O. Senior, a.k.a. Poppy, is the biggest goofball out of all these goofy father trainers in boxing. So all promoters align and not Bill, make it make sense. Hardcore Casual in the building. What's going on, Hardcore Casual? We got Boxing Hacker in the building. What's going on, Boxing Hacker?
Yo, salute to you. Really just
what you got for hold on. Before we do that, make sure y'all punch that like and subscribe button, and make sure you let me know and drop it below your 2 cents as we go throughout the chat. Or you can go ahead and click that link and hop up on the panel and give your 2 cents for the show. I'm only probably gonna be on about an hour today. I ain't gonna be on that long, so make sure you hop up here and get your 2 cents in. Be sure to help support the channel by dropping a super chat, or let me get it. You could donate to the Cash App scrolling across the screen. Be sure to help support the channel, y'all. It is not free to run this YouTube channel. And just let me know I'm doing a good job and you enjoy the content. Boxing Hacker, what's your 2 cents? What you got for the show? Savage Bo in the building. What up, Savage Bo?
Hey, you know what's funny? I literally just joined your show and just hopped on the panel. I heard a lot. I heard Bill Haney, so I had to be up here. But can you repeat what you said earlier?
I told y'all. I said as soon as you say Devin name 3 times in a row, Boxing Hacker just appear.
That's right.
He just appeared in the background. Advocate.
That's right.
Y'all heard it. I just said that. And see what happened. But Naya, what's going on? So I was kind of expounding on y'all conversation last night about Bill Haney speaking for Devin, and I was just kind of going back and forth with both sides about that, and then I was also talking about people saying how Bill Haney was such this great manager and he didn't make a mistake until it came to the Ryan fight. But then I started thinking, I was looking back and I was like, who's to say that he wasn't a good manager up until the Ryan fight, and that's just when it got exposed. Like, we thought he was being a good manager, and the reason why that brought me there, I'm just telling you this is how my thinking worked. It's because I was thinking on Knockout Channel, Bill Haney said he was having issues with the promotional companies lying about the numbers, saying he didn't meet the threshold, so he didn't get any back end money, right? And so I'm saying, so you're telling me you haven't been getting any back end money because you haven't been meeting the threshold. And even after you found out that information, you continue to use the numbers that they told you didn't do, 1. And 2, how are you constantly doing pay-per-views? You not meeting the pay-per-view numbers. They telling you didn't meet the threshold, but we're saying you're a good manager and a good promoter. How are you a good manager and a good promoter when you're not getting your back end and you're not running up the numbers? So then I start thinking maybe they never really cared about the back end like that, which is why they focused on the guarantees, kind of like how Terrence Crawford and Shakur Stevenson do. And we're just using this whole meet the threshold pay-per-view numbers thing as another kind of deflection, like, hey, look over here type of thing to for lack of a better word, cherry picking duck fights.
So if we're just talking about, well, let's first start off with the whole, I guess the conversation last night was Bill Haney talking for Devin at certain periods of time, right? I always say before, that's literally like Bill Haney's job, to jump in front of the media, to have conversations about Devin, keep Devin's name afloat in the media, even when he's not fighting, because this allows Devin to keep training. Devin doesn't have to focus on social media as much. He has concentrate on going from platform to platform, keeping his name afloat. He can focus on training while Bill Haney does all that spokesperson work for him, which to me is a good plan for both the fighter and the manager. And when
Okay, let
you
me respond to that. Let me respond to that real quick
yeah, go ahead.
because I agree. However, there is a boundary and a line to a point where it's things Devin needs to speak about himself or just not speak about at all, right? So I feel like for you to come out and kind of say stuff about Young Thug and blah 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 and all this stuff going on with his wife, which I'm not trying to get in the conversation about it because I don't care. I'm just saying that right there is, I think, where the line and the boundary gets crossed. Because yes, you can come out and kind of do some PR stuff, but to defend, to do all that, he ain't keep it like that's where it starts to become, you know what I'm saying? People like, damn, that's when it's like he need to stop speaking for Devin. And it's a lot of things he don't need to be speaking for Devin. He needs to be speaking about Devin, but whether he's promoting him or defending him as his father, whatever the case may be, he don't need to be speaking for Devin. And that's where I think the both sides of the argument was kind of getting it a little confused. He don't
Yeah.
need no man needs to speak for no man, father, uncle, whoever. I'm not gonna speak for my son. Like I got a grown son. I'm not gonna be speaking for him. I may speak on his behalf, but I'm not gonna speak for him. Like, oh, these are his words, his thoughts, his feelings. That's what they saying shouldn't be happening, in my opinion.
So I'll disagree in the first part. So when it came to the Young Thug situation, right? You have to realize one thing: like when stuff like that does come out, it does touch your branding. Not in the sense of like making fights, right? I'm sure they can always make fights. However, it does touch it in no sense of like what they call it, like getting like sort of like those sponsor deals, you know. So let's say they have potential sponsors in the future. This could affect them, you know. So for Bill, that's still allocated to his job because as the
And
fighter,
I don't
Devin
disagree
Haney,
with that. I don't disagree with you. I
yeah,
never I never say he shouldn't say nothing. It's not
yeah.
it's not what he's saying, it's how he's saying it, how it's being perceived. And it's perceived as like you speaking for Devin, like these is
Well,
his words and
that's
his
his job,
feelings.
you know.
No, it's not your job to speak for
It
him. You
is.
can speak on his behalf and be like, hey, you know, Devin working it out, he dealing with it, like let him handle that or whatever the case may be. But it's not your job to speak for him. NHA2, what's going on? What you got for the show?
So, yeah.
And we just gonna be on this real quick because I ain't really trying to get into this whole thing, and we can jump to, you know, as far as the manager of the year and the back end and the numbers and stuff like that. What's up, NHA? What's your 2 cents? What you got for the show?
Just so, yeah. I mean, I think like what Boston Hawk was saying is that's kind of like a homeboy Bill's job. He's like a press secretary slash promoter slash hop on people's panel to push narratives. That's what he's supposed to do. He says a lot of bullshit, mhm, but that's his job. Is to keep his son's name in the light. But a lot of the bullshit he says, you got to back it up. Oftentimes he spends more time having to defend the bullshit than actually saying some real shit. But again, that's his job, so I'm not can't really fault him for doing what he's supposed to be doing. Shit, I think Kev understands that too. I think they came to an agreement with that. That's his job.
You sound far away. Speak up a little
Yeah, you
bit.
sound like you threw your mic like 10 feet away from you, and you're whispering to it. You know, but yeah, like I mean, at the same time, you know, it's, like I said, he's. I think Bill's doing a great job. You know, hate Bill or love Bill, you got everybody's talking about Bill hanging it
And
down.
okay,
Don't have
that
a,
I'm glad you said that because we switched gears. Is Bill doing a good job though?
yeah,
Are you doing a
100%.
good job when you're getting allegedly screwed over by promoters? They lying to you about the numbers. You're not
Sure.
getting your back in.
Mhm.
All of this stuff. Are you doing a good job?
Oh yeah,
You you
100%.
you you effectively. Some might say, I'm not saying this, but some might say you ruined Devin Haney's career.
No, so it's so like and I brought this up in Manager Marty's channel as well. Like if you take away, you say like Tank is like the golden boy, right? The person that he's always selling, like he's like the must see TV. He's like He's like the Floyd Mayweather. He's like the Mike Tyson, type person. If you take away that particular person, right, you will realize that Devin is probably one of the highest paid boxers in those lighter weights currently. Even with all the drama and all this here, this and that, how many other lighter weight boxers are even doing highlighting pay-per-view events? I think it's only Tank, and maybe you can even say
That's not the point. But hold on, Boxing Hacker. But hold on, because this is what you're doing. You deflecting from the point that I'm making. I'm not saying. I'm making the point that okay, you've reached this quote unquote pinnacle, right? But I'm asking, how good are you if you're being screwed over by promoters? They lying to you about the numbers. They always lying. You never get your back in. That's what I'm asking. Is that a good manager and promoter?
Yes.
Because if you're not meeting the threshold, that means you're not being promoted good enough.
No. So
and then if you're not getting the money you're supposed to be getting, that means your manager doing something wrong.
So here's the thing, right? When you say you're not a good manager, somebody who's not a good manager wouldn't catch any of that. Somebody who's not a good manager will just let things ride till sunset, and their fighter is getting robbed continuously. If you're a good manager, you do look into things. You do say, "Hey, we should be doing better."
So he just admitted that he got robbed continuously at a pay-per-view.
Yeah, and they said they realized that. You see, realization things. So in business, things will always happen. No matter how great you are as a manager, things will always happen. You could be the manager of Google. Google's suing Oracle, right? It doesn't mean the managers at Google are terrible. No, things are always going to happen when it comes to business. What makes a good manager is how you handle things when they come up. And to me, I haven't seen what Bill Haney is doing something bad. I think they're doing the best they can with given the situations that they're in. And at the end of the day, you look at the results as well.
Hacker. How many pay-per-views has Devin Haney done?
It's been at least been like 2 or 3, right? He had the, I don't know if you count Kambosos, but like he's had Kambosos, the Ryan fight, the Loma fight,
the Loma fight,
and
the Regis fight.
The Regis fight, yeah. So like 3, and
3 pay-per-views.
Yeah.
It took you 3 pay-per-views to realize that there was a problem. You didn't make any adjustments after
realizing the problem, right? And also, just because you realize there's a problem doesn't mean you have evidence, right? So like things, sometimes there's a situation, but like
right there. That brings me to my next point. I'm not trying to cut you off, but look, I know you be a little long-winded sometimes. So that brings me to my next point. Because this is the real issue. When you found out the numbers weren't what you said they were, you continue to say what you knew they were not. This is we're just now hearing like, oh well, they said we didn't meet the threshold. That means you haven't been doing those numbers you said you've been doing.
Well, they also said they didn't believe it too, right? So like, it's not to say that they don't believe what they're saying, because he said that hey, what they were telling them they felt like was incorrect. What made them be aware of that? I can't say they haven't say for it, but whatever it is, they don't feel like those numbers that were given to them were the correct numbers. So,
World of Animals say everybody stole from you that you're doing business with is not good management.
So, boxing is I don't know. Boxing has been a corrupt sport. I don't know if people realize that. Like, you can have a manager and still get robbed. In boxing.
That's the good managers. That's what makes you a good manager. You don't get robbed.
No.
That's what makes you a good manager in boxing. You don't get robbed.
No. That doesn't make it. There's no managers good in boxing. They say all the managers are bad.
Boxing Hacker, you tripping, bro?
No, for real.
That don't even make sense. What you so basically,
yeah.
If a manager mismanages my career but realizes that he's now a good manager.
So a manager's job is to manage your career and always put you in the best interest, like to his ability. Like, what I'm saying? Things outside of, you guys' business can always happen because you guys are doing deals with other entities, The other entity can do you wrong. They can try to cheat your business, whatever. It's not to say that, hey, I'm a bad manager. It's to say that, hey, this happened. Now what would show from bad manager?
It happened this time. It happened this time.
Sure, and then you catch it, and when you catch
and
it,
it happened so much to the point to where now you're like, oh well, I don't want to do any more pay-per-views because they don't meet the threshold, which I don't think that they were honestly ever worried about meeting any pay-per-views and the threshold because of the fights and stuff that they were deciding to fight on pay-per-view. But my point is, you knew you wasn't meeting fights on thresholds. You kept lying and saying that you were, inflating your pay-per-view numbers. And now, at a time where it's convenient to kind of be like, oh, well, they don't pay you past your threshold and they lie, you want to pull that out the bag. When for 3 pay-per-view fights, you never said anything like that.
Mhm.
You never said anything like that. And so now all of a sudden that's an issue for you when you've had 3 pay-per-view fights where you ain't meet the threshold. Why wasn't it an issue after the first pay-per-view fight?
I don't.
Why
Did he
wasn't it an
actually
issue
say
after
it?
the second pay-per-view fight?
Wait, I don't know
Now
if he
it's
said.
an
I
issue
don't know if
because
he
you
said
want
that
to
for 3
not turn
pay-per-view
down the
fights.
fight.
I don't know if that's exactly what he said. I have to re-listen to that. I don't know if he said for 3 pay-per-view fights. I heard him say I heard him mention
He said
threshold.
they lie about the numbers. That means
Yeah, he said. Yeah,
more,
that's what
that
he
means
said.
more than one pay-per-view fight he's experienced this.
No, it means that he believes that they lie about
And we
numbers.
all know they didn't get no back end for the
Wait. Just
fight.
because I say people lie doesn't mean that I experienced it multiple times. You do right. You have to also keep that in account. You know what they said was I remember him saying they lied about the numbers. He never really said like the actual times they get the actual times they lied to him for it. You know.
Hacker.
But
Hold up.
I'll just put it like this though, right? If you really want to know he's a good manager, just look at Devin's career.
Hacker. He's done 2 pay-per-views with Top Rank, and
Sure.
he's done a pay-per-view with Oscar De La Hoya. He's
Sure.
suing Oscar. He got an issue with them pay-per-views.
Yeah.
He don't want to do another pay-per-view with Top Rank because he say they tell him he don't meet the threshold and he lie about the numbers. What are you talking about?
So let's take it one step at a time, right? So for the Top Rank deal, I mean, one of the main reasons they're not trying to go to the Top Rank is Top Rank was trying to give them 55-45. That's like, I believe, probably the main reason. You know,
and how many fights has Devin been the A side?
How many fights has Devin been the A side? It's hard to say. He was A side probably for Regis.
No, it ain't hard to say.
I don't think he was for Ryan. He was for Regis. He was for Regis. I don't know who was for Lomachenko. Maybe Lomachenko was A side. I feel like that one was a little bit weird. Yeah, Regis fight was. I can't say for the other ones. Then I don't know. Kambosos. I think Kambosos was the A side because he had the incentives with the belts. You know.
I got a question for
So he been an A side for one fight, and now all of a sudden, pay-per-view numbers and A side matter the most.
Yeah. So, well, you look at his opponent,
after
right?
After a devastating loss that got erased off your record.
Right. So after a known contest, basically, right? So you look at his opponent who has done nothing to show any type of pay-per-view power, right? So his opponent and Teofimo Lopez has shown no selling potential whatsoever. Even Teofimo said he never even made $1 million. You know, so it's important to keep that in mind. So right now, the only person who has like any predictive earning potential is me. But yeah, you want me to take the B side to you.
So because you've lost people money, you should be the A side.
Right. So it doesn't matter because you're null. Your earning potential is currently null because you have no proof of it. You know. So yeah.
At least I headline. He's never had any of these issues before. He's been the A side in one fight.
Yeah, it still doesn't matter.
A side for one fight,
and
now
Tio has never been one. Tio has never been.
Tio ain't never been the A side in a fight.
Yeah, no, he has never been in a pay-per-view fight ever.
What does that have to do? You've been in pay-per-view fights that haven't done anything profitable. It's like you haven't been in a pay-per-view fight either. You just was in that hole. You ain't do no numbers. You didn't.
Devin versus Ryan didn't do bad. You have to realize that too.
Devin, okay, you're right. That didn't.
It didn't do bad. Let's not over exaggerate. It didn't do bad.
It did.
But like what I'm saying here is this: is the person B has his potential is null. It's literally null. Nothing. There's nothing to go off to say that you can sell currently. And you yourself even came out. But
there's nothing to say Devin could sell either.
Like I said before, even if you said that the Ryan versus Devin fight could have done better, it doesn't mean they did bad. That's something people try to misconstrue. Ryan Garcia versus Devin actually did
But
good.
that's because he did it with Ryan. Devin wasn't the if Devin was the reason the fight did good, Bill wouldn't have an issue with 100,000 threshold.
You saw what?
That's what I'm saying. If Devin was the
Yeah.
reason
So
that the
yeah.
fight did good, or part of the reason that the fight did good, then why would Bill have an issue with
So
100,000
so
threshold? Bill
Ryan
wants
made.
a high guarantee fight. He ain't worried about no pay-per-view numbers. All that shit been capped, and now he's using it to deflect and as an excuse to not duck and to duck and not make fights, in my opinion.
Wait, brother,
Because Bill you've been to A side one time. Now all of a sudden that's a big deal. You ain't never been worried about no pay-per-view numbers before. Now all of a sudden that's a big deal.
Yeah. So before I go any further, brother NHA, I think you wanted to say something. Let me not
Go ahead,
jump in front
NHA,
of
because
you.
I'm frying
Yeah.
boxing hacker up here right now. He can't even respond. He had to pass the mic.
No, go ahead.
He
I
had
can
to pass the
respond.
mic.
No, I'm not passing the mic, but I don't want to be rude to the brother because he's been trying to talk.
So, so do you believe there's a Haney cult? Does Haney has a cult following?
Does he have a cult following? Yeah. He has a loyal
I mean,
following.
all the boxers got their own little, branch of fans that call themselves different things and all of that.
But some are really cultish. Some are really they call him, we got to call him Haney, Lord Haney. We call, do you believe he has a significant cult following?
Do I believe he has a cult following?
He
Yeah,
does.
he has. Yeah.
So all right, so Bill's doing his job. I mean, he's doing a pretty decent job. His job is to spin a narrative for his fighter, son, or whatever.
But that's what you're not realizing, NHA. That is that's what we trying to say. Stop spinning. Just be honest and let's keep moving. If Devin ain't taking no fights right now, he can't take no fights right now. He just can't. Let's not make it seem like it's because this reason, that reason, this reason. If you had all these issues with pay-per-views and all that, why you just not saying something about it right now when you've been having us thinking all this time, arguing on panels, going back and forth about these inflated pay-per-view numbers you've been lying about, knowingly lying about? Regardless of whether you think it did it or not, they gave you the official paperwork that said it didn't do it.
Nobody in boxing is honest. Nobody, literally. Everybody spins in one shape or form or another. Some spend more than others. Some are more, tell more glaring lies than others. But everybody's spinning, and that goes for everybody's favorite fighters.
But we can't go. We listen. We're not talking about everybody. We talking about Bill Haney and Devin right now.
Yeah.
So you can't just jump to that and be like, "Oh, everybody's spending up." Okay, but nobody comes back out and retracts it.
So
comes back out and retract. He just came out and retracted all of that stuff he been saying this whole time, and y'all act like y'all don't want to see that. I don't understand.
So what he said about Top Rank, like I said before, he didn't necessarily mention how many events he felt like got robbed. I know they're having like a dispute with Oscar. I know, Top Rank as well, right? And like I said, I do feel like he does speak, based on what the knowledge that he has, that, hey, this is going to do good, or we're selling this amount, So I'm not sure at what point you're saying that you feel like he is lying in particular. Like what lie did he tell that?
Are you serious? Boxing hacker, listen.
Yeah, go ahead.
If I say the Regis fight did 175,000,
okay,
and I get the paper, and the paper say, "Oh, your fight did 50,000. You ain't meet the threshold." I know it didn't do 175,000, but I'm going to keep going out and saying it did 170. It did 150,000. It's plenty of videos with him saying it did 150,000. It did this, or whatever he was saying it did. Yeah. And the point that I'm making is after he said they lie about the numbers and you don't get your back in, all of that he had been saying about those pay-per-view numbers from his fights was retracted.
No.
He knew that those numbers were not the truth. that he kept trying to run on and have people say, "Oh, he do these numbers, Tank do these numbers," and all this comparison we was trying to do. It was all fugazi. That's what I'm trying to say.
So here's the thing, right? I think we over exaggerate when we hear what he says, right? Him saying that, hey, like promoters do lie, promoters do cheat. It's not to say that it hasn't happened to him, but also it's not to say that it's happened to him ever since, you know. And I think that's what people get.
Said that.
He never said that every time. He never said that every fight, every pay-per-view event they've been cheated. He never said
Boxing
that.
Hacker. Okay, let me break it down. Let me break it down for you again. Cause let me slow it down. Let me slow it down.
Go for it.
Okay, he got issues with the Ryan Garcia pay-per-view number, so let's take that off the list, right?
Okay.
He's refusing to do another pay-per-view with Top Rank because he say they lie about the threshold and don't pay you your back end. Okay. So obviously he must have experienced that the first time with Top Rank. And you said, oh, maybe he learned from it or whatever. And then it happened to him again at Top Rank. So now he knows for sure if he does. Now he's speaking in a way where he knows for sure if he does a pay-per-view with them, they gonna lie and say it didn't meet the threshold, because he wouldn't know that if it only happened to him one time. That means one time and one time they didn't. So it's a 50-50. It's a toss-up. He don't know for sure, like he talking. That's just the conclusion that I will come to.
Okay, so I can see where you're deriving that. So the only thing I would say that's wrong about what you're saying is that you're saying that, okay, because he did 3 events with Top Rank, right? The 2 Kambosos, the 1 Lomachenko fight, right? Even though he said that, hey, Top Rank, you can say like, hey, Top Rank be cheating on the numbers, whatever. It's not. You don't know at what point that happened. Did it happen all 3 events, or did it happen 1 event? We can't say how many events it did happen. But what you're saying is a little bit opposite. What you're saying is that because he said it, it must have happened in all 3 events. That's something we can't come to a conclusion with. We just know he said that. And because he said that, we can only speculate that, hey, it must have happened to him at least 1. But it's not to say it happened all 3 times.
William Old School, what's going on? The Hacker William Old School, and you get your 2 cents off for the show. Well, if we know for sure he's saying it happened with Oscar De La Hoya, and he's refusing to do the deal with Top Rank because he's also accusing them of messing with the numbers, one could reasonably assume that it probably happened to them both times, but that's just for a reasonable thinking person. William Old School, what you got for the show? What's your 2 cents?
Hey, girl, what's up? All right, here's the way I see it. How many other boxers are complaining about these numbers? How many other boxers are saying that these promoters are hiding the numbers? I don't hear anybody else but Bill Haney, and that's it. I mean, come on. He don't sell. We're in a time right now where you have a lot of casuals watching boxing. Most of these casuals want to see a slug out. They're not into the science of boxing. They want to see knockouts. Devin and Shakur just don't sell. They're not knocking people out. They just don't sell. Bill's going to have to get over it. Bill's been inflating the numbers all this time because he thought him and Tank, Devin and Tank were going to have a fight. So he kept inflating numbers. That way, if he ever went into negotiations with Tank, they could try bullshit PBC into paying him a bunch of freaking money. Wasn't going to happen. Now, Devin could never make the weight to fight Tank. Let's face it, because Tank's not going to go to 140. Devin can't come down to 135. He's too damn big. So now, who's going to pay him the money they're asking for? How long is this dude going to sit on the shelf because he's not going to get the money he's asking for? That should be the question.
Okay, so let's look at this real quick, right? When you say Devin Haney doesn't sell, no, that's not true, because like I said, the Ryan fight did do good. Regis fight also did good. They may have not gotten numbers, maybe like their best results, but it's not to say they got a bad result. Let's start there. When it comes to it's because they're not getting knockouts. That's why they're having to increase their selling potential. If that was true, then Beterbiev should be a pay-per-view star because he has the highest knockout ratio in boxing currently, which is like 99%. Let's also put that.
Do they push him?
Huh?
Do they push him?
So it's not about pushing because you said it's about knockouts. It's about knockouts.
That too, but do they push better?
Should have the highest pay-per-view sales, and he doesn't.
Haney gets pushed more than anybody I know when it comes to social media and when it comes to
okay. So now that's where we get at. So it's not about knockouts per se. It's how the fights are being promoted.
So why ain't he still selling Boxing Hacker?
So he's doing. So like I said, if you take away Tank, who is the Golden Goose.
So Boxing Hacker, that's my next question. Is Bill Haney a good promoter? That's the next question. Was Bill Haney has Bill Haney really been a good promoter all this time? If your numbers aren't meeting the threshold and you're not getting your back in.
You look at the product. The product you're talking about.
And they don't even these promoters don't even see you as the A side.
You look at
the promoters don't even see you as the A side. Like you're at the point now to where you're only willing to fight with Turkey because you don't have to have anything. You don't have to have no leverage. You don't have to have no numbers behind you. You don't have to have none of that behind you to get this big payday. That's why you're trying to go over there and fight with Turkey, and then you're trying to say over here, well, they've been lying about the pay-per-view numbers and then give me my back end. Like, when was that? My thing is whether he lying or they was or whatever, was that really a concern for you? Because it happened 3 times. And now this is the first time you're ever saying something about it when you want to try to say that since you haven't been doing good pay-per-view numbers, that's a issue and a decision that you want to use when you want to make a fight. You want to use the fact that you don't do good pay-per-view numbers now in your thought process before you make a fight. When all this time you've been saying you the face of boxing and this and this and that, and knowing you ain't been doing them numbers you've been saying you've been doing.
So so here's the thing, right? When you say I want to go with top rank who's offering me 55-45, right? You have to realize, and I mentioned before, like, you look at the fighter you're fighting, fighter chemistry, right? Like, all these are projections, like how well the fight's going to do. We don't actually know the actual number, how well this fight's going to do. We might think he's going to do astronomically well and be a flop, and vice versa, right? With Ryan, they looked at a Tank fight he just had, which is 1.2 million. And they said, hey, the way Ryan was selling on social media was really well. Prior to the Tank fight, Ryan's social media following wasn't translating to his boxing fans. But during the Tank fight, he was able to pull those guys in. So that's why you say, okay, Ryan, we can give him the A side because we think our projection will be huge. Unlike Teofimo, whose projection is currently nullified, right? So there's a $150,000 threshold, 50K threshold that we have to meet, right? However, the person I'm doing this with has no proof of any type of selling potential, no proof whatsoever, right?
So why you?
So now you want me to take
why you weren't worried about that with Regis?
What do you mean? Why I wasn't worried about? Because I had a good deal with Regis. I'm the A side. So you see how it's playing out. You want me to be a B side, even though I'm the only one that has
50-50 with Regis. Wasn't no A side.
That wasn't a
that must work out for him, man.
And Regis was the champion. Regis was the A side. Regis was the champion.
Regis wasn't the A side of that fight. No, he wasn't. A side is not about the champion not being champion.
Because he was complaining about how they was trying to play him, and he was the A side, and he was the champion.
He was a champion, yes, but he wasn't the A side. A side is about splits. How
50-50 split.
You and you're fighting.
Actually, you never did answer my question. How many other freaking fighters out there complaining about people shaving the numbers?
About people shaving the numbers? No, but it doesn't mean it doesn't happen, right? If 0 people can complain, it doesn't mean it doesn't happen.
Stop it.
It doesn't. In boxing, we know fighters have been robbed before, ever since Mike Tyson.
And we know Bill Haney lies through his teeth.
We know a lot of people
How was the manager of the year getting robbed, Boxing Hacker? What are you talking about? You don't when you're that's part of being great. You don't get robbed. That's part of being a good
No,
manager.
no. See, things can always happen when you're dealing with other companies. You have to understand that things can always happen because you go
What does
into
that have to
business
do
with
with
people.
getting raw? What
You
does that
go
have to do
into,
with you signing a bad
so let me
contract?
explain. Let me
Nothing.
explain.
People can
It
rob you
does
as
have
long
to.
as you
When you're in
notify and
business, you're
try to
doing.
correct
Oh, go ahead, brother.
the job. I was gonna say, like, yeah, like you were saying, boxing is a corrupt sport. You know, you got the promoters and managers always gonna try. You know, they're always gonna be try to because there's no regulation, so there's always gonna be some nefarious things going on. A manager, a good manager, his job is to try to catch them trying to rob you. You're never gonna stop somebody from trying to rob you. A good manager's job is to put, you know what I'm saying, to take action when you see something fishy. And I think, you know, for all of Bill's fault, he is doing it. Now he could be capping all this shit, but at the end of the day, that's a sign of a good manager. That's a sign of somebody doing their job. You catch something, you act on it.
Yeah.
And then you
I
let it
go
happen
ahead
to
and
you
finish
2
that.
more times.
Like I said, we don't know how. Come on, Tuesday. Like I said, I think people are over exaggerating. They mentioned they heard Bill Haynes said that promoters be dishonest, and then they're feeling like, oh, that means every time you ever had an event, the promoter was lying to you. It's a little. Let's not over exaggerate what he's saying. You know, like I said, for it's just because things can always you can be a good manager. Things can always happen when you're working with different companies, different entities. You know, things can always happen that way.
So if
Shout
all these
out.
promoters were
Hold on.
so
Shout out
dishonest
Crush
about
the
the
Legend.
numbers,
Hold on, y'all. Shout out
go
Cal
ahead.
Cooley in the building. Shout out Mont's Truth, Hardcore Casual 254, Fareed, Raina. Shout out to y'all in the building. Make sure y'all punch that like and subscribe button. Shout out Boss Hog Boxing. Shout out Iceman. I think I already shout out Omega Red. Y'all be sure to punch that like and subscribe button, and don't be afraid to help support the channel by donating the Cash App or hitting the super chat. But I don't know, Boxing Hacker. I'm
Yeah,
just saying.
yeah, I think he's a good manager. I think if you just look at the finished product right now, I say people are talking about Devin a lot. I think he's been promoting his son really well. Devin doesn't have a fight line, doesn't have a fight that we know of yet, right? But I feel like he's been the topic of discussion in a lot of boxing outlets. You know, so I think he's doing a great. I think he's doing a fabulous job.
For
Yeah,
being called a simp.
or being called a simp.
Being called a simp on a
Oh,
national stage.
you talking about the whole like Young Thug situation?
Yeah. I mean, that's why people
Yeah.
talking about Devin. It's not,
So
I
here's
mean,
the
I
thing.
guess it's no such thing as bad publicity, but the thing is, what is he going to do with this momentum? And that's why I'm like, what's finna happen? Like, what he finna do next? Like, I'm interested to see, because you right. Oh, who was just that backstage? Come back, or somebody fell off.
Somebody fell off, I think.
Well, that was someone called Kid Rock. He fell off.
Yeah. So the whole well, first off, good promotion, good when people are talking bad about you, good about you, it's still people talking about you, right? But even with the whole simp thing, right? When you say that people are calling him a simp, you have to realize that Devin Haney also has his own fan base. That's the primarily not the same fan base as I guess you guys are accustomed to, right? You know, so like there are people that actually support Devin Haney and don't even believe what's happening to him is actually a good thing. And you've seen channels that support Devin Haney. If you go on those channels, those guys have so many people that are like in support of what he's doing and who are against what's happening to him. You know, so when you say that people are saying things, yes, people are saying things, but there's also another group of people who are also against what those people are saying.
I mean, but that's that whole little,
Yeah.
Devin Haney YouTube payola thing is a little questionable. But what do you think about Bill reaching out to the new YouTube channels? And Moss Truth wants to know, did you reach out to Bill when he tweeted for all new channels to reach out to
I don't
him?
have a channel, buddy.
I mean, I think it would be an awesome time for you to start a channel, Bill Hacker. You and Bill do a couple lives a couple times a week. I promise you, you would
That
get the
would be fun.
you're
Yeah.
already famous in these streets, Boxing Hacker. I'm telling you.
Tuesday, she
You a
always
legend.
gassing me, man.
You a
Nah,
legend.
you
You a
guys are
legend.
great, man. I leave it to the professionals like you guys, man.
You a legend. But
You know, but No, I think it's cool. I don't think there's a problem with it. You know, I think, you know, like that's what they've been doing. Like they've been trying to, you know, like they're using their like star power to also like promote other companies. It's not just been YouTube. I think there's also been like stuff in the cannabis industry as well.
Look,
You know,
Boxing Hacker, somebody else requesting you to get a channel. They asking.
we're in the same place together, so you
Shout
should get
out
one
Crush the
too.
Legend.
Yeah, we're in the same place together, brother.
Mhm.
Yeah, nah. I'll leave that to you guys, man.
But what do you think about Bill Haney has like, and that's my like seriously, chat. Let me know, drop below what y'all think. Like, Bill Haney forget the whole past thing. If he's a great manager with the decision with the pay per view and all that, Bill Haney made some decisions that, you know, as far as from negotiations with the Ryan Garcia fight, agreeing to the money and coming in, letting them come in overweight for the Ryan Garcia fight, filing the lawsuit and being so public with it and making it so polarizing in the boxing world. Do y'all believe that at one point I was believing Devin Haney would be able to overcome this, but now I'm like, this is gonna be a lot for Devin to overcome, and a lot of it has been like placed in the way by his father, in my opinion. So it's like, do you all believe that Bill Haney ruined Devin Haney's career?
Far
No,
from it.
never. No,
Yeah,
I
y'all just pushing
no, I
it
don't
down.
think that at all.
From the bad game plan in the Ryan Garcia fight to the bad negotiations to the agreeing to the extra money to coming in overweight to the drug testing thing and making movie
Mhm.
trailers about it and being so public with the lawsuit and
Mhm.
all of these things, which Bill could have did everything in a different manner, but he wanted to use it as, it's like he wanted to use it as some type of publicity or some
Mhm.
way to stay relevant, and I don't think that was a good idea. I think it kind of backfired. But chat panel, what y'all think?
I think it was genius what he did actually. You know, I don't
Oh,
think it was. Yeah, I don't think it was a bad idea whatsoever. You know, like if you look at it, you know, like things are happening, right? When you look at like the Ryan Garcia fight, like people say, oh, he should have just pulled out this fight. He had the right to because it was a 3 pounds over. Hey, guess what? These companies are already invested into this. There are already people that travel up here. It's not that easy as people think it is. Yes, I have the right, but there's a lot of pressure for me to make this fight regardless because of how much money and time is invested. If I pull out, how's that going to affect me as a brand moving forward? It's going to definitely affect me. Somebody who mentioned this was Timothy Bradley. He had mentioned this. He said like people always think that just because he reached that 3 pound threshold that Devin should have pulled out, but that will messed up his brand as well because that would let down so many people that were working with him on that fight promotion, that fight card.
So would it have made it make more sense for you to pull out the fight and let it mess up your brand that way, or it made a better decision for you to lose the fight and then, you know, say the 3 pounds had a played a role in it and let it mess up your brand that way?
So when it comes to losing the
Because
fight,
if he
right?
would have won,
Yeah.
it wouldn't have messed up his brand. So that's kind of like, you know what I'm
Uh,
saying?
true. And here's the thing you have to remember too, Sam. Originally when he lost the fight, he said himself, hey, he gives it all to Allah. Like Allah gives wins, Allah gives losses too. He said that. He accepted the loss. He never really was like, oh, hey, this guy cheated me, it was 3 pounds overweight, blah blah blah. He just said, hey, Allah gave me wins, Allah gave me losses. Then he said, hey, hopefully we can fight next time on fair grounds. That's all he said. That was it. That was all. The only time
I'm
he ever
sorry.
retracted was when the PED stuff started coming out. So I
So
think
don't
I
you
think
think Devin should be going after his
Allah,
belt?
I'm saying, couldn't Allah allow Ryan to use the PEDs in if that was the case? I hate to play the devil's advocate, but it's like, it's just, I don't buy into this, oh yeah, he accepted a loss, but then talking about the PEDs. You accept the loss, you accept the loss. I don't think, I'll say it, and I'm going to keep saying it. The PEDs is not what what caused the loss. The game plan and switching it up, what I'm saying, the game plan from a certain point during the fight to the next and shit squaring up with Ryan in the middle of the ring, you know what I'm saying? Letting Ryan get in your head during a fight, calling you a bitch or whatever it is you call him, come see me in the middle, playing to that. That's what lost him the fight. The sooner, you know what I'm saying, I'm hopefully, I want to give him that credit that they actually think that he knows that's how he lost the fight when he's just trying to push the narrative and keep the fan base, you know what I'm saying, alive and to keep pushing the narrative. But if he truly don't believe that it was the PDs that caused that loss, then I have to say, then he does have a much longer road to recovery and shit, if he can ever recover and shit. But
Yeah, I
he
mean,
could have won.
I mean, but we're talking about he got a lot because I think I was on Just Do panel and there was a guy on there. I can't remember what his name was, and he was just like saying all the stuff, like listing. He was like, "This ain't even everything," but he was just listing like he got to get over the lawsuit, he got to get over the loss, he got to get over the backlash, like all these things Devin Haney gonna have to overcome
He shouldn't have,
to
all that shit was
just.
dumb. I mean, I understand maybe they felt there was a reason to do that. I'm not going, I don't want to question them like that. You know what I'm saying? Whatever they're using for the lawsuit. I mean, they're spinning it because, yeah, to his fan base, okay, the reason we lost is because of this, because of the PEDs. Oh, the reason why we suing is because we want a clean sport. Yeah, maybe that is the reason. But what he should have did, in my opinion, but I'm not him. They should have just fuck all the extra shit, the lawsuit and all this other spinning shit. Get that rematch. Focus what you know what I'm saying. What you need to do. Like he was like if he boxed him like if y'all remember after he got knocked down the first time the first time the first like the first or second round he was actually winning like the majority of the middle rounds like by fighting his fight keeping his distance. You know what I'm saying it's just when he had the mental lapse. I don't know if because his dad was telling him to go out there and just square up with him or whatnot. That's when he started fucking up. But he could have beat Ryan fairly easily, in my opinion, if he had just stuck to the game plan, you know what I'm saying? Like for the middle round, he was actually winning. But he didn't do that. And I think it kind of shows me that, he's kind of like mentally fragile. If you're going to let a boxer, you know what I'm saying, taunt you in the ring, you know what I'm saying, make you mentally fight their game. It should make you mentally just abandon your fucking game plan and shit. Because he's supposed to fight him like he fought Regis, like he fought Cambosis, like, or even fought Loma. But he decided to fucking fight Ryan's fight. Come on, it's like that's how he lost. There ain't no other way around. I mean, shit that pisses me off is like, his fans. You know what I'm saying? His diehard fans. They stuck on it. Oh yeah, whoa, Ryan cheated. Yeah, we know he cheated. I'm not gonna say that he didn't cheat. He did fucking cheat. He did cheat, but that's not how he won. Ryan beat him because he beat him mentally.
so I
That's what I'm
mean,
saying. He has to mentally recover. Like he can look good physically, he can look in shape, he can look all of that. But has he really mentally recovered? And I seen somebody saying in the chat, Bill Haney got fired. So I don't even know what's really going on because he really been projecting that Calvin and Kenny got fired around on
yeah,
these YouTube
yeah. Who
streets.
knows that they're working with him or not? But here's the thing, though. When you talk about like the effects of the PEDs had on Ryan or not, right?
We not
Nobody
finna
really
talk about
knows,
that.
right?
We don't care.
Yeah,
We don't care.
yeah. Okay. So okay, we'll how I'll offset that.
We got to get past it. We got to
Yeah, we
get
gotta
past
get
it,
back. Yeah,
right?
we
But
gotta.
I'm trying to talk about Devin's future. Y'all steady bringing up the
So
past.
I think, I mean, there are going to be, of course, there's going to be challenges for him because regardless if it got overturned or not, like boxing for one is an emotional sport. We as fans, we look at it like, hey, this fighter won, whatever. Sometimes we laugh at the fighter that loses, whatever. But a lot of these fighters, when they take a loss or when things don't go their way, they get really emotional. It feels really bad to lose a fight. I
But
don't, I
boxing
don't
hacker,
know.
let me ask you a question though. Like, let's
Yeah,
like for real. I want you to be real. Like, let's be honest for
yeah.
like 2 seconds. You be pretty honest over here when you on my show.
Okay,
Shout out to you. So think about this, right?
okay.
Devin Haney really. Let's say Devin Haney, like for real, for real. Let's say Devin Haney really, really believed he was the face of boxing. let's say Devin Haney really believed he was doing those pay-per-view numbers when in actuality he really wasn't. Let's say he believed all of that. Let's say he really believed that he could go in there and go toe to toe and knock out the biggest, fastest puncher he's ever faced in his career. And none of that happened. And it went down bad in shambles. And like he said on the interview, he started questioning everything. And you come out with this Osterine narrative, and probably Devin knows deep down, like, that ain't really the only reason I got my ass whooped. And then your pops come out with the lawsuit, and then you getting the backlash, you get people talking about social media, then you got the stuff coming out. Like, you gotta overcome all of this. I'm because this is mental, like you fighting, you gotta be mentally there. You gotta overcome all this and get back in the ring and be ready to like fight top competition.
Yeah. So that's why I was.
So you believe? I'm not saying he can't overcome it, but that's gonna be very, very difficult for him to overcome. And it almost kind of seemed like he might have been like kind of sheltered or protected throughout his life. So, you know, I'm not saying he's not mentally tough, but I'm just saying that's a lot to overcome. And then on top of that, as you can see with the whole your dad speaking for you thing, he's still being protected. So how, you know what I'm saying? Like, how is he really? It's not like he just gonna be staying in this protected bubble and he just gonna come out and then he gonna be straight. No, because he's seeing what's going on too. He still got questions in his head too. He still want to know why his dad told him that dumb shit too. We got Big Supreme in the building. What's going on, Big Supreme?
What's the word? Just a warning. You might hear a lot of feedback because I'm on Fordham Road right now. I don't know if y'all know about Fordham Road, but yeah, I'm just walking down the strip right now. What's up there? What y'all talking about?
Oh no, I was just saying, like, we were just talking about like Devin, like, is he mentally gonna be able to recover from all that's happened in 2024? Like, a lot has happened to him in 2024. Like,
I don't think he recovering.
is he?
I think he recovered just fine, to be honest with you.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean, we'll never know until he gets in the ring.
His wife went to go see King Slime. I don't know about that, man. His wife went to go see King Slime, crying in the county jail.
I mean, that was past tense.
Ryan did him bad. Eddie Hearns shitted on him. Everybody on his helmet right now. Like, I just don't. To me, Haney seems very status conscious, and he took a really big hit. And I don't see it. But if he does, that'll be phenomenal. But I don't see him recovering though.
Yeah, I'll say this right to you, 2 Cent. Like, what you're saying is correct. Like I said, even taking a loss in any boxing match is hard. At that level, it's like probably 100 times harder, you know. And especially when you're undefeated, you never. So a lot of things that happened to him that night, he wasn't accustomed to because he's always won. He's won titles. He's done the unthinkable. He went through that 2-fight top rank deal and came out perfect, you know. So no, that 3-fight deal was. I mean, we all thought he was going to get robbed, and at least one of the 2 fights, you know. And for him to do all that,
deal, by the way, another deal that he took where he got the less money, it wasn't that great of a deal.
Yeah, he
and everybody say, "Oh, he bet on himself." He blah blah blah. But okay, I'm just saying, like, we talking about good management though. But hold on, Terrence, best videos. Thank you for coming up. What's your 2 cents? What you got for the show? Terrence.
No, Terrence like 60 years old. You know, he can't work this YouTube shit.
Yeah. So you a hater, bro.
You muted? You muted yourself, Terrence. Unmute yourself.
Okay, damn. All right, so yeah, for Devin, man, only thing I'll say about Devin, bro, I think it's too much. Y'all playing way too much in that loss. Because had he just, I say this and I'll continue to say this, if he had boxed him, that would have been an easy night. Now, Y'all would have complained, oh, he boring or whatever. But guess what? He would have got the dub, and that would have been the end. Why he chose to rock'em sock'em robots with Ryan, the world would never know. But y'all
We
know
do know his
that was.
daddy.
But we know that that's not his fight. So I don't know why y'all just saying, if can he come back? What do y'all think? He forgot how to box? He forgot how to throw the jab?
We
What y'all
saying
talking about?
mentally. We saying mentally.
I'm
I said
just,
he
I'm,
may look okay physically, but how will he be mentally, Terrence? We talking about the
I'm
man's
asking you, I'm
mental.
asking you 2 cents. Mentally, does he know how to, physically, does he know how to throw a jab? Does he know how to move? He don't forget that. That boy been doing that since he was 5 years old.
So
Yo,
you
Henry's
don't think
jab is
you
kind
don't
of
think a
overrated
boxer
too,
you
man.
don't think a
Come
boxer's
on,
mental
man.
state you don't think a boxer's mental state affects their skill?
I say some boxers. But the way
I'm
he
not.
boxes, no, because when he does what he does, is what can you do? He's moving his feet, he hitting you with the jab, countering you. That's it. That's boxing 101.
His
What can
jab
they
kind of
do?
overrated.
No, I
I
don't think
think
so, Supreme. How? How so? Whose jab is
imagine
better than him? And the weight class.
Jab's a Haney, man.
Whose jab's better than Haney's?
Jab is better to me. Better BM
Yeah.
jab is better.
No,
Bivol
I said
jab
in
is
his
better.
weight class. I said in the weight class.
I think Africa has a better jab too. Whenever you ever see Africa counted over the jab, it get hurt like Haney.
But Africa never fought
He
somebody like Ryan neither. So I mean, that's
did
hard.
he get hurt throwing the jab or throwing
Listen,
the
man.
hook?
But y'all said when Ryan fought Tanker was an exhibition fight, so y'all can't have one thing and it's the other, bro. And you can't
So
That
deny.
what?
Listen,
so
like
that's
And
I
not.
hold on,
So
said,
we're not
y'all.
talking about the
Hold on,
quality of the
y'all.
fight though.
Shout out to Boss Hog K Po through the door here to talk this boxing. What's going on, Boss Hog? What's up? What's your 2 cents? What you got for the show?
What's good? Hey Terrence, man. When you say when you talk about him throwing the jab and everything, boxing's more mental than physical, bro. So he
that
may not forget how to throw a jab, but it's more mental than physical. You can have
So,
all the skills you want. If you're not mentally right in that ring, that's it for you. We saw that with Adrian Broner back in the day with Marcus Maidana. You can sit there and say Maidana is not better than Adrian Broner. But Broner got the brakes beat off him because he didn't fight with the right mindset or the right game plan.
now
So same
I
thing.
think Maidana cheated Broner though, but that's
We
my
don't
opinion.
know what he's gonna be. We don't know what he's gonna be when he comes back. It's a lot to overcome. He
but
lost. You
okay,
could say he got the brakes beat off him by Ryan.
I
And
I will
then
say
all this stuff going on with his wife or baby mama, whatever she is to him. The stuff that Bill Haney's doing, it's a lot he got to overcome mentally. So you can hit the hand pads and look a certain way. You can look aesthetic, all that, lose all the weight you want to. But at the end of the day, you still got to get in there and mentally be right in order to fight. Devin
Yeah,
can look good on hand pads, like I said, the bag, everything. If he mentally not right, it don't matter. He gonna get sparked. So he
okay,
can throw
okay.
as many
Mm.
jabs he want to. It does not matter on fight night if you not mentally right. That's
yeah,
that's my that's all
I
I gotta
agree.
say.
I agree that there'll be complexities, but I think one thing that also helps Devin in this situation is that they fought so many times before in the amateurs and sparred so many times before, and I think familiarity, knowing that hey, this guy's beating me in the amateurs, where he washed Devin in the amateurs in the beginning, and I was still able to come back and beat him in the late half of our amateur career. All that stuff still gonna help play a part in that as well, So I I do believe that he can definitely recover. I do think there is a hill to that he has to climb, of course. With the Ryan situation, with whatever happens in social media, whatever,
Even the
he's gonna have
first
to.
the first hill of just even getting a fight. Like what is so your only criteria of getting a fight is it gotta be with Turkey? Because to me, it sounds like that's what you're saying. Because you're obviously not going to fight on the network and it not be on pay per
Well,
view.
if Turkey's
And you
offering the
don't
best
want
money,
to
why
do pay
not?
per views with the network because they say you don't meet the threshold numbers. So are you saying your only ticket to fighting is fighting in Saudi Arabia with Turkey?
So, well, Turkey's offering the best price, right? So why not? Like I know that Turkey is offering a flat rate that I'm willing to accept, and money that you've never seen before. So what's wrong with it? Versus us
What's
going,
wrong with it is if somebody offer you a fight, if Bob offer you a fight, you can't be like, nah, let's do it over here with Turkey. Like that's not
why
how that
not?
works.
Why not? What are we talking
Because
about?
why do
I'm
you
my
think
own promotional
why
company. I can
am
do what
I
I
gonna
want.
let Turkey put on my fight that I'm trying to put on and make
He
my
done it
money?
before. What
Yeah,
happened?
but how long is Turkey gonna keep subsidizing boxing, bro? He can't
Bro,
be the be all and end all for boxing, bro.
he
He's
probably
not
will
gonna
be.
throw a
He's
bag at
lining up
every
He
single
still
boxing.
fight
got
that
their own.
wins.
They don't run all they fights through Turkey boxing hackers.
Yeah, I know that, but why? But why wouldn't we not go in Turkey? Top Rank has proven to work with Turkey.
I don't know why Bob don't want to go with Turkey, but he don't want to go with Turkey. So
Yeah,
if
but
somebody
I mean,
offering you a fight, you can't be like, I'm not gonna fight with you unless
why
you let
not? You're
Turkey
offering
take
me a
over.
bad
No,
deal.
we can't fight unless you let Turkey take over.
Don't
No,
PBC do that all the time?
yeah. What are we talking
No,
about?
when does PBC do
Yeah.
that?
If you
You gotta
offer me a
fight on.
bad deal, I don't have to take it. What are we talking about?
Wait,
You
wait.
say,
So they'll
oh,
take a fight out of it. Don't
They got Haney
PBC.
in the hyperbolic chamber right now. He's
I
gonna come
think.
back
Listen,
a steroid
my
monster.
I mean, if he had fought his best fight and got beat up, I would say yes. But he didn't fight his best fight.
no,
That's the solace there. That's the solace. He didn't follow the game plan he usually follows. So like I said, had he been beat up like that and he was throwing the jabs and then somebody was beating him up like that, I would agree with y'all. But he don't have to go back to the drawing board. Go back to the original. You know what I'm saying? Come on, he don't have to reinvent himself. When y'all talked about Adrian, when Bronner got beat up, bro,
Yeah.
he was fighting his. No, wait, hold on. Somebody mentioned Adrian, but when Adrian got beat up, he was fighting his regular fight. That's how he normally fight, and he just got beat up. So he ain't want to let his hands go no more. See, that's a difference. Devin never got beat up fighting his own fight, is what I'm saying. So if he gets beat up again doing what he do, then I'll say he might be done. But now,
He's gonna get
no,
beat up
he
again.
good. No, he not Supreme. He not.
Pacquiao. Also, remember Pacquiao got sent to the shadow realm by Marquez. He came back and had a pretty good run after Marquez. So like,
Devin is not Manny Pacquiao.
I'm not saying. I am saying
Yeah,
that.
Come on,
I
bro.
am
Like,
saying that Pacquiao got sent to the shadow realm. I'm
He's
not
just making a.
Yeah, but that
He's
don't
just
count
making
though
a point.
because
Yeah.
Pacquiao got knocked out 2 times already, bro. So it's not
Yeah,
like he
Right.
just got knocked out by
And
Marquez
so
and that was it.
exactly. And no matter what, when you lose a fight, it's harsh. When you get knocked out, it's harsh. In
Like,
front of millions of people, that's crazy work.
look, like
You know,
But he didn't even
right?
stay down though. He finished the fight.
Now,
Devin
and
finished the fight.
Right?
Yeah.
Some fighters get beat up and some fighters get beat down. Haney got beat down, bro. It's
But he
different.
finished the
You gotta
fight,
put it down
Supreme.
in
You got
lifetime, bro.
decision. Big Supreme, you got a split
Supreme. He finished the fight, Supreme.
decision.
But you gotta remember, this dude was suspended for like 8 months, bro. He had to
but
give a
like,
bond
this
above
Supreme, he
this
good.
is hold on. This is what I
Supreme, he
mean when I
good.
say this is what I mean when I say recover mentally. You see them what they were singing. He had a cake after the loss.
What? I don't know. I didn't hear it. I
What
didn't
was
see
they
Yeah,
it.
singing,
that's
Big
all right.
Supreme?
They had cake. Yeah.
It was his birthday?
What?
No, it wasn't his birthday. So what happened was
Well, they were saying he was still a champ or something.
yeah,
He is, isn't he?
yeah, he's still a champ at that point. But like, here's the thing though, like, yeah, when you, like I
And
said,
that's
losing a
that's
fight,
what I'm saying when I mean mentally recover. That type of stuff right there.
that's
And he was sitting there looking like just crazy. It was crazy, y'all. And it's obviously that Devin is going through some things and he's around a circle of people and he's in this type of bubble, maybe in this reality that after that Ryan Garcia loss, he got snapped out of. And even though he's still in it, I think it made his level of awareness be aware of some things, and that's the things that he's gonna have to overcome. That I'm saying, is he gonna be able to overcome mentally?
But here's the thing though, 2 cents. Here's the thing. So when you look at like the cake and stuff, like they already lost, right? Of course, the people they're with are not gonna be like all depressed. They're gonna try to keep them in good spirits. Not to say the fighter himself doesn't feel the mental anguish of what happened. I'm sure he felt very bad, but the people around him always gonna remind you, hey, dude, you were a champion. You went there, fought like a warrior. You went there, became undisputed. You went and did, they're gonna try to always keep his spirits up, and that's what you do as a team to keep your fighter up.
Boxing hacker. Boxing
yeah.
hacker.
Yeah.
Stop it.
No, honestly speaking, if you ever
Stop
see
it, bro.
like like
I've been
a
an athlete.
box-
Listen, I've been an athlete my whole life. If somebody ever would have gave me a cake after I lost something, regardless of the circumstances, and B Dog say the cake was before the positive test came back, I would have walked out because I would have wanted to smash that cake
No,
in their face.
it's not that.
Stop
not-
playing with me.
It's not that serious, man. But like, but boxing,
It is that serious. What do you mean?
boxing is an
Yes,
emotional
it's that
sport.
serious. Exactly.
It's an emotional sport where like you gotta need, like when losses happen, you gotta need the support of your team. A lot of times, look, people thought Rolly didn't give a shit about the Tank fight. Rolly went back.
You don't know. You don't need the support of your team when losses happen. We lost. You don't need. I don't need nobody to sit around me and celebrate and make me feel better. No, that's not how you take a. Like I mean, we can chit chat, we can talk it up, but you're not gonna buy me no cake, and we're not gonna celebrate that I lost. We're not gonna celebrate.
No, he's celebrating that you still
support
have
me. You can talk to me, but we're not gonna celebrate. We're not gonna do this in a celebratory manner. That's not.
But you said they weren't celebrating a loss, though.
There was the dude finished he finished the event. The things that John been watching,
they wasn't celebrating the loss.
Yeah.
And they only saying you in still because he was overweight. The test hadn't even came back yet.
I mean, he was still champion, right? Because Ryan was overweight.
Ryan cheated, though. Ryan cheated.
Yeah, right.
Boxing hacker.
Right.
Boxing hacker.
Yeah.
Listen to me. When they had the cake.
Yeah.
When they had the cake, right? This was only because he was still the champion because he got to keep his belt. Because
Ryan was overweight.
Haney had a cake shake. That's hilarious.
Because he got to keep his belt because Ryan came in overweight. So they was like, and still,
and Ryan cheated, though. Yeah,
you don't, listen to me, y'all. But this was before they even knew he cheated. What I'm trying to tell y'all obviously ain't never been no athletes. No athlete wants to, no matter the circumstances, no matter what happened, we don't give me no cake after no loss.
Don't give me no cake shake.
Man, I don't know. I've done seen boxers go to the club after they lose. So
they gave him an Oreo.
I don't know.
That's not the same.
I seen a fight and they opened the club.
Y'all, what's going on?
Going to the club after you lost, going to a party or going to a club after you lost.
Celebrating.
I'm not celebrating. I'm partying. But to be in an intimate setting around a table and you sliding the cake across the table and still, that is a celebration. Stop it, y'all.
And still.
He got his O back. You forgot about that.
Yeah, exactly.
He got his O back, so he had to celebrate.
Ryan got his W snatched.
I don't walk out. Bro. I don't care. I don't care if I'm still champion after the circumstances. After something go down like that, we're not gonna celebrate. Silly. That's
okay. So what was he supposed to walk out?
That's some loot. That's
that'll be it. They'll show you ingrate. We didn't got you a cake and everything, and you just gonna walk out.
I mean, you lucky I don't pick this cake up and throw it.
You just go. Big Supreme, why you was up here trolling us, bro?
Supreme always trolling, bro. Supreme is always trolling.
Man, you're like a sore loser.
He's like, no, I don't think Devin's going to recover. It's over for him.
I've been an athlete my whole life. My mom has always supported me. I've lost championship games. She would never bring me no cake.
Why? You can't kick the cake and throw the cake. You got to show some humility. We throw you a party.
It's like after you lose the state game, your coach walk in there with a cake.
They was trying to write his fears.
I don't care if we lost because the refs cheated us. Don't come in here with no cake.
Look, I got a question for y'all though. What exactly do y'all mean when y'all say he won't recover? Like, will he recover and it's over for him? Like, what do you mean? Like he'll never fight again? Is that what you mean?
I'm
Okay,
not
well,
gonna
we're
say
gonna answer this fly frequency and then we're gonna go around the panel and let everybody get their final 2 cents off because I'm about to hop off. But when I'm saying about Devin Haney recovering, I'm saying like he has a lot that he has to overcome mentally. He has a lot that he's been through this last year. And how often is it do we see a boxer that's able to recover from all of those things and still be able to perform, how they were in the ring? That's what I'm saying.
Oh, so you saying you don't think he's going to be perform? He's not going to perform well. Like he going to lose all the rest of his fights.
I'm saying I don't think he'll be the same fighter. Somebody got a
Oh,
mute. I hear a TV or something.
yeah, that's possible. I guess he won't fight the same. He might be better than he was before.
He might be. I'm wanting to see, and that's what we talking about. Like when he gonna fight? Like is the standard that he only got to fight with Turkey? Because I know he not gonna fight on free TV. He only gonna want to fight on pay per view, and he's saying he don't want to fight on pay per view because they be lying about the numbers. So it seems like he only gonna be fighting in Saudi.
Well, the way it's looking right now, I think the situation that he's in, he probably would want his next fight to be with Turkey.
But I'm about to go around the panel. Boxing Hacker, give your final 2 cents. What you got for the show? Thank y'all for joining me today. Had a pretty good show, a nice conversation. What's your final 2 cents? What you got for the show?
2 cents. I don't know why you hate cake for it. That's crazy.
I don't celebrate losing. I don't care the circumstance.
I'm still loser, guys.
I'm a sore loser then.
Yeah, hey, look. At the end of the day, we don't know how Devin's going to come back. I do think you're right. Like there are challenges he's going to have to face when that happens. But I do believe that. I mean, he's been in his career for a long time and going through the amateurs and the pro ranks. I do think that he will be able to jump back. I'm not going to say it's going to be easy, but I do think it's still a possibility. So I'm not going to count it out until we see his next fight. And DHP will be back. As far as everything else about the manager, I think people are very critical about Bill Haney and his action. I know some people love him, some people hate him. But love him or hate him, we're here talking about him. And his son is right now one of the highest paid athletes in boxing. So he must be doing something right. So with that, I'll leave it with that. Salute to the panel and the channel. Everybody take care.
How do we know he's one of the highest paid when we find out they've been lying about the numbers and he ain't been doing them numbers and getting that back?
Well, how many other people are doing?
How can we say that? We don't even know. We might come out later and find out the promotional companies weren't paying him to guarantee this or anything. But anyway, thank you for coming up. I got it. That could be another conversation for the next time.
That's right, girl. All right.
All right. Peace out, Boxing Hacker.
Peace out.
What's your final 2 cents? What you got for the show?
Yeah, as for Haney, like I said, we're not gonna know until he gets in there if he's ever gonna be the same. If he's gonna be mentally fit to fight like he fought before, to regain his old composure until he gets in there. My thing, so I hope he does. I hope he learns from his mistakes in the ring and outside the ring, to help his career move forward, because I applaud him, man, for what he's done so far. I don't agree with everything him and his dad do, the bullshit and everything, but I still applaud him. He's 25, he's accomplished a lot in sport, and I'm gonna keep supporting him, and I'm gonna keep rooting for him, regardless of the dumb shit. Fix what it needs to be fixed, and mentally, physically. Because oftentimes, we let certain bad fan base how we feel about a certain fighter and shit. So I think majority of us fuck with Hayden and shit. You can lie to ourselves so we don't, but we, as a person, as a fighter, we fuck with him. But I think this oftentimes it's like it's the rabid fan base in one particular fighter that just kind of like make you want to not want to fuck with a certain fighter. And I hate that that's how boxing's become to a certain extent. And I hope we can pass that. But shout out to the Haney, shout out to every young boxer out there, especially if you're black. Keep doing your thing. Let's support me. That's all I got.
Shout out to NHA2. Thank you for coming up on the panel. Terrence Best Videos. What's your final 2 cents? I know you got up here late today. Listen, I go live every Sunday, 5 to 7 p.m. Sometimes the show run a little longer, but that's usually the time I am on Sundays. But you can join me on Fridays, where we kick it off at 6:30 and just go until we just run out of stuff to talk about. Terrence Best
All right.
Videos. What's your 2 cents?
Real quick,
for the
yeah.
show?
Real quick, you brought up a good point that I forgot to talk to Knockout about, because you said that Bill said that he got a letterhead from ESPN about the pay-per-view numbers, and what we know about some of these promotional, from Top Rank. It wasn't from ESPN. I'm sorry, it was from Top Rank. And the difference between a letterhead from Top Rank and a letterhead from ESPN is that ESPN can't lie about the numbers because they're publicly traded. So Top Rank can say anything. And I've been saying this all the time. Like, y'all keep talking about that Tank and Ryan did all these millions, which just don't make sense, because Ryan can't sell out, he didn't even sell out an arena after the fight. And we ain't seen Tank ever do anywhere near those numbers. Let me tell you, because these people, like Bill said, they lie about the numbers. And all of them, as you can see, ESPN's not getting a renewed deal. PBC, they've been through like 3 different people. These guys, all of them are losing money because they're overpaying the fighters and then lying about the pay-per-view numbers to get a better deal against the next fighter, which is preposterous. So I'm glad that Bill told the truth. And because if you look up, if you look at, wait, hold on. Listen, and if you
that was heavy what he said just now.
Wait, one more thing. One more thing. If you look up net worth for Garcia and Tank, you won't find no $30 million today. They said they got $30 billion. So where's it at? That should be your net worth, at least $30 million. I bet you you don't see no net worth of $30 million ever, because it's a bunch of bull crap. But that's all I gotta say. Thanks for having me.
We're definitely going to address that on the next time you get up here, because
okay, we will.
You just spent that like that.
No, it's not a spin. That's the truth.
Yeah,
have a good night.
Just now cooking.
Shout out to this video. Live frequency.
Good night.
What's your 2 cents? What you got for the show?
I guess I'm going to comment on the situation about Devin Haney. As if he's going to recover from all that has happened to him. If we're talking about as far as promotion, it seems like he's still there. He ain't go nowhere, because it's hard to find a boxing channel on YouTube that ain't talking about Devin Haney. Whether it's negative or positive, everybody's still talking about Devin Haney. So I think, he went in that department. We just need him to come back and fight.
I mean, y'all keep everybody talking about Devin Haney. Like, we do kind of.
I mean, with every
our minds that it's not all organic.
I mean, that's why I said whether it's
organic.
negative or positive, somebody's always talking about Devin Haney.
But it's okay. Go ahead.
Everybody's talking about Devin Haney. We can't deny it, whether you love it or hate it. But everybody's talking about him, all the channels. But I was saying that Big Supreme was up here trolling, because he was saying, like, Devin Haney's not going to recover. That's one of the reasons why, because everybody's talking about Devin Haney. All we need to see is when he come back, how he's going to perform. And I think he's going to do just fine, because, everybody, even if Ryan Garcia is his kryptonite, even without the Osterin, everybody else at 140, they wasn't even fighting at 140. But to, keep it at 140, everybody else at 140, they're not Ryan Garcia. They don't have a left hook like Ryan Garcia. It's not, like he's everybody who catch him over top of his jab is going to knock him out or hurt him. Ryan couldn't even take him out. So you got these lesser punchers who are going to just be able to knock him out. I don't see it.
No, we want to see it. We ready to see him.
I mean, I know, but chances is they're not going to be able to, because they don't have the power of Ryan Garcia or the speed. Well, they probably won't even be able to catch him with it. But we'll see.
Yeah.
And the last thing,
this fight, everybody waiting. This is Devin's time. Like, You got
Yeah,
all this
everybody,
momentum.
all
You got
eyes
all
on
this,
him.
like, this is your time. Like, don't let this die. Like, use it.
I mean, yeah, anticipation is good, you know. So everybody's looking at him to see what's going to happen when he come back. And I think his next fight should be Richardson Hitchens. I think that's a
I
good
meant
fight
to
for him.
do a video on this, but I see Hitchison about to fight Kambosos.
Yeah. He talking to Kambosos. I don't know if they're actually about to fight. It seems like he's like weighing his options, trying to, mess with certain people around that, division to try to see who's gonna, how's the fight gonna brew. He said something about Devin Haney. He said something about Kambosos. I can't remember. I think he did say something about Teofimo Lopez too. And Matias, right? He's supposed to be fighting Matias. That's what I thought.
I like Kambosos for Africa.
You like
Rollo Cream,
Kambosos
what you
for him?
talking about? The cat's out the bag. Al and PBC duped GTD, and
Yo,
Coach
he
Cal
really be
and
trolling. He
Tank
talking about me trolling. He really be trolling.
beefing over that missing. Wait, chill out. All right,
Yeah, that's all I got.
you got all right, Fly Frequency.
I don't like how you call me a troll frequent, then he trying
Hey,
to
y'all check,
I ain't call you a troll. I just said you're trolling.
All right.
Y'all check
on
for
your
me
helmet
throughout
later.
the week. I might pop up, but I'm gonna let Paid in Full. Paid in Full, what's up? What's your 2 cents? What you got for the show? What's your final 2 cents? I'm about to hop off.
Oh shit, my bad. I'm gonna let y'all go ahead. I just jumped on.
Salute, Paid. What's going on?
Salute,
Going on,
Thank you for coming up, showing your support.
Yo, what's up, bro?
Yeah, I'm gonna let Big
bad, I
Supreme
cut you off.
troll
What
some
you
more,
saying,
y'all.
Paid in Full?
I know he got something to say. He probably gonna tell y'all what Tank favorite color is, what kind of candies he like, and all of that stuff. Salute, bro.
That nigga's a clown. Is a clown. My man Cal Cooler said they the Insane Clown Posse. That's mad funny. I don't know if you know that group. 2 cents.
Who?
Insane Clown Posse. There was like a group that was beefing with Eminem back in the day. Like these niggas used to literally wear like clown masks and do metal. It's just very funny. Cal Cooler is very funny. But I ain't really got much to say. I think Haney finished. They can say that I'm trolling. It's all good. He got beat the fuck up. I don't know what fight they saw, but he got dropped like 7 times, bro. I don't know how. I'll give him credit for surviving. I ain't gonna lie, but the fact that he got dropped like 7 times and still got up, that I guess that's commendable. But ain't no participation trophies, bro. You got your ass whooped. And what I don't like is, I didn't get a chance to say it because I had a lot going on. There's a new interview with Senator Ekbeko. I'm gonna send it to you. He's basically accusing Spence of being on steroids.
Damn, what'd he say?
I didn't get to watch the whole thing because you went live while I was watching it, so I just hopped off. But he insinuated that Spence didn't look too good because he was on steroids in the cycle. It's just, he was saying a lot of dumb shit. I'm like, nah, this dude gotta go.
I heard
That's
people saying that.
Yeah, that's the same dude that said that Morrell was the one that was hiding the testing and stuff like that in Minnesota in the fight he had with him. I just thought that was very interesting. I wanted to bring that up. But what I don't like about Haney is, or like Crawford or whoever else, y'all literally with the snack man, like y'all with the juice man. So all that Oscarine, Lanzo, that shit to me goes out the window when you with someone that literally went to jail for steroids, bro. Like I can't overlook that. At first, I kind of was on Haney's side about the situation.
Yep, you sure was.
But after I thought about it, I'm like, wait, hold on. This dude's with the steroid man. Now I can't overlook that, bro. Just because a dude beat you at your game don't mean that he wronged you or something like that. You literally with the snack man. You literally rehydrating 30 pounds at 140, 135. That's crazy to me. But I think that he's finished because, like they say, Haney's a young man. He's still growing. He's not going to be at 140 too long. 140 is not the division I'm worried about. It's when he has to move up, because eventually he's going to have to move up to 147. I don't see him going nothing up there. Now, maybe without the excessive weight cuts, he might be stronger. I can see that. That might be a possibility. And maybe he might do something up there. But from what I've seen with that fight moving forward, I don't think so. I don't think he could get in there with a Standing Jonas or a Rocha or a Boots or anybody like that, or even a Brian Norman. I don't see it. And that's all I really have, really. But when you get a chance, check that interview out, because I'm like, that's crazy for him to be.
Who is? Can you send it to me?
Let me see if I can send it in a thing before I get off. Yeah, because I'm like, you saying Spencer's on steroids? What I don't like about that is he obviously has like a bias towards the PBC for
Right.
whatever reason, because he just fought Osleys Iglesias on Top Rank and got knocked out in the second round. It's not like you went and fought another power puncher and went the whole 10 rounds or 8 rounds and it was competitive. You're getting stopped in 2 rounds, 1 round, 3 rounds. It's not like you don't have the best chin, bro. So you just think about steroids and you're getting knocked out by multiple people. That means that everybody's on steroids. And then you working with
making
Canelo.
excuses.
Yeah, because he was like, I guess Canelo's like main sparring partner. Because he's a big dude. He's like 6'2", and we all know Canelo popped for steroids. So you're gonna work with Canelo. Steroid, it just doesn't make no sense to me. I just want you to break down that interview and see what you can come up with. But I just think that he got some kind of bias towards the PBC. Like he's salty about something. That
a lot of people are.
I don't say Spencer's on steroids, but then this dude's with Conte. And Crawford, not for nothing, never looked like that, ever, no fight. He's never looked at that dominant against nobody. So I just find it very interesting. But let me put it in the chat before I get off. I was like, wow, this dude said Spencer's on steroids. That's interesting.
Is it old or new?
Nah, it came out like 16 hours ago.
Oh yeah.
Wow, I gotta send out this. Bro. This is on the train doing a lot. But
shout out to Gregory Quaterbomb with the $5 in the super chat. He says, "Happy New Year to you, sis, and all the chat. See you next year." Shout out Gregory Quaterbomb. Thank you for your support to the channel. Thank you to everybody that supported the channel today, which was Gregory Quaterbomb with the super chat. Make sure y'all punch that like and subscribe button. I've seen a lot of new people in the building today. Make sure y'all punch that subscribe button. I'll be here again for sure next Friday at 6:30. But I might go live throughout the week, just pop up lives and chit chat, just when those because this is the time, this is what I'm starting to realize after doing this for a little while. This is the time of year where all the crazy narratives and crazy things start coming out. So we'll probably pop up and talk about, what crazy story you heard from what content creator this week or whatever. But Big Supreme, what else you got?
Yeah, that's it. I posted it in the private chat though. But when you get a chance, watch. It's like a 20-minute interview. You could go to like the 10-minute mark. That's where he starts saying that he believes Spencer's on steroids and Morel and stuff like that. But yeah, that was crazy. But shout out to you, shout out to the channel, shout out to the chat. I'll see you next Friday. And that's all I got.
All right, thank you for coming up. Peace out. Shout out Big Supreme for coming up on the panel and supporting the channel. I want to thank everybody today for joining me for my Sunday night live. Yes, I was trying to end tonight at 7. I know the last couple of Sundays I've been going over, but I'm trying to get back on my schedule. Thank everybody for joining me. If you're listening to the replay of this live, be sure to punch that like and subscribe button. And you can always support the channel by donating to the Cash App. Or if you're listening to the replay, you can always click that little heart button with the $ and donate to the channel to help support 2 Cents Boxing, grow the brand of the channel. It is not free. Running the channel does come with its expenses. But if you're new here, make sure to punch that subscribe button and come back over here. If you don't want your host cussing you out in the videos, timing you out in the chat, kicking you off the panel, come on over here to 2 Cent Boxing Live, where we talk everything boxing and everybody's entitled to their own opinion. I'm Jay, and stay tuned for my 2 cents in the next live.